It's week 5 of the NFL. And up next is this team's leader at quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. And it's coming right up on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as a...
We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
And there's certainly still people talking about the game. The buzz is real. He posted unbelievable numbers last week. Even his passing numbers continue to rise league-wide. Well, he reached heights rarely flown to in league history. It took volume, sure, to get him there, but also an eagle eye to see everything out there perfectly. He and the rest of us, we can only hope that he comes close to seeing that kind of production today.
Second and 6 coming up here. They give it to him again. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll give them a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Putting the tight end in motion. To throw it on first down. Dumped off to his running back. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Johnson takes this the wrong way. That's a loss all the way back to the 5.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing here on 2nd and a handful. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! These guys finish up an excellent opening series. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now he's York to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Play action. Here's Jackson. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've got first down from the 31. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now they send their back in motion right. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got Harrison. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Up the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play. Working to identify who it was. And, yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. The handoff on 3rd and short. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Completed over the middle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Working inside the red zone. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with first and goal. Pressure coming. It's Jackson. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tie this game 7-7. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Johnson now on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Another drive coming up for this offense. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
2nd and 3 now. They motion the tight end over. 2nd and 3. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. That's complete to Bowers outright. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They are throwing it again. Gets this one to Harrison. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Still sticking with the passing game. Complete here to Bowers. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and throw it here. He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then. And the running back still doing it to this day.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 23, he completes it in traffic. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Pass play now. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the first down.
Groupie sends it through. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Jackson off the play action. Looking for a touch. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off Cam Hart.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Here comes their offense out again. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and 3 now. From the 21. Taken in by Harrison. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. From the red zone now. Got a man. Bowers has it. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 on the Seahawks 9-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. Has it down close. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Welcome back. We're all set to start the 2nd. Offense already out to resume its drive. They're hoping to convert here on 2nd and goal. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Took his shot at 6 that time. It's 2nd and goal. They'll send him up the middle. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Couldn't pick up anything. And now he brings up 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll try it with him again. And again, they stalled him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
Well, this defense has risen to the occasion, and now, Kate, they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on 4th and goal.
Katie York now on for the field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Groupie sends it through, and that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Gibbs. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Play action now with Jackson. He's throwing deep to the left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
3rd and long for him here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. In off to Gibbs from the gun. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has it left side block, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 4th down. Seahawks bring it out the punt team. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. The offense headed back to the field. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense, more often than not, leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively. In a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
From their own end zone, and he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made a little shy of midfield. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Seahawks are set up well as they take over with some great field position. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibbs. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. Blitz coming here, Jackson. Oh no, they get him yet again! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Motioning the tight end now. From the 33 on 2nd down. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 41. Looking slant route, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And they'll have 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now we're on the counter. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Brought in right side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss. It's the 2-minute warning here in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down.
Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Groupie sends it through. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. That one's caught along the left sideline. Into the red zone. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks make it a 1-score game before halftime. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Johnson with a return here. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're up by just 2, so you have to think they just want to get to the locker room. To throw here on first down. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Throwing from the gun here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Shotgun now on third down. Complete here to Bowers. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Still sticking with the passing game. Got a man. Bowers has it. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here's first and 10 from the 34. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
A 55-yard attempt.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's going to be a tough one, 55 yards away. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. We've reached halftime, and what a game we've got so far. Just 2 points separating these teams. Now it's time we checked in around the league. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Tampa Bay taking on Carolina in the NFC South. And it's the Panthers who are out in front. Javon Baker, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jaden Reed, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Ricky Pearsall, a touchdown reception. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Seahawks headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. They're out and set. First and 10. Play action. Here's Jackson. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They give to Gibbs on the option. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On the draw, this is Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
When you get stuffed on a 3rd down draw, it's really hard to look at your receivers. You come off the field, Kate, and you find yourself on a different bench because they want the ball. They want to be a difference maker on 3rd and 6+, and the draw going backwards, that makes no friends.
They'll bring out the punter here. Braden Mann will kick it away. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Looking for the back that time. And now it's 2nd down. Lone back gets the handoff. And again, he can't manage anything. Defense all over him at the line. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Setting up a throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And now they're staring at 4th and long. They'll send out the punting unit. And they could really use a good one here. And he gets it away from his end zone. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Play fake, Jackson. This is complete to Gibbs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And we'll pause now. Looks like we had an injury on the play. Working to identify who it was. And yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs who's getting looked at by the trainers. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now Jackson off the play action. And they pick him off again. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
This offense ready to get going again now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give him a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Finds the in route complete. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
at the 48-yard line.
Here's the handoff. Still going past the 40. And he gets this down to the 38. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. Third down coming. Now looking to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two. You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
3rd and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. 3rd and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out. And a nice drive last time out, Brock, squandered by that interception. So I think they take a repeat of everything except that final play. On 1st down, they'll run. Manage 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
2nd and 4. Throw left side, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They'll come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Right side, quick pass, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw now. This ball's cut by Bowers. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Going to the ground again on first. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Dump off caught by his back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Punt team on the field. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Seahawks and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. And we'll need to pause for an injury here. And this is the last guy you want hurt. Justin Jefferson, the player being tended to. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Their punter making his way out now. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Went to the oh-well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks jump in front now by 5.
Our home team, 16.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense getting set to go. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here.